Yeah. Got a new show for y'all. Joe Rogan, man, he said something really smart the other day. Check it out.
No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
This is coming from a dude that had Bernie Sanders on his show. You done came a long way, Joe. You went from Bernie Sanders to voting Republican.
Hey, you know what?
He's a Ron DeSantis guy, right?
Yeah, I think he's leaning. But you know what? For a guy that I find to be an intellectual, a thinker,
Yeah.
for a guy that I find to be philosophical,
Oh, man, you're getting deep on him.
to have Bernie Sanders on your show was crazy as hell.
I mean, what you said is so on point. I mean, there were so many errors. Like when Trump was in office, when they shut down the economy, I didn't agree with that. I kept my mouth shut.
I mean, at first for maybe just a week or two, because we really didn't understand what's going on. But we thought the damn Black Plague was here and people was going to be dropping dead in the streets.
But what happened, though? Over time, the Republicans start to say in Florida, Texas, and the red areas, man, this is stupid. We're hiding from a virus. Yeah. So Florida, they open up their economy. Texas opened their economy. And some other red states did it as well, right? What did all the blue states do? It was total tyranny.
It was totalitarian. Like the nurses at first, right?
Yeah.
The nurses, they were our heroes. The doctors, they were our heroes. They on the front lines. There's no treatment for this novel virus. What they call new viruses, novel viruses. But they went out there and did the job without any protection.
They made a sacrifice.
They sacrificed for the greater good.
Right.
They were heroes. But then when the vaccine came out, you don't take this vaccine, we gonna fire your ass.
They politicized the hell out of that vaccine.
Democrats politicized it and used it to fire cops, firemen, teachers,
nurses.
People lost their job because Democrats wanted people to get this vaccine. A vaccine that I might say never provided immunity. It didn't keep you from catching COVID and spreading COVID.
They kept pushing the vaccine on people, and if you didn't take it, they took away all your rights and freedoms.
Hell,
just imagine if we didn't have the Second Amendment in this country.
Just imagine if we didn't have Republicans in this country.
Yeah.
New York, you had to show a vaccine to go in and eat.
You had to show a vaccine card to travel. These is all liberals. And to this day, they're still pushing in some areas. Like up in D.C., to go to school online. To homeschool your kids. You got to be vaccinated. Why are they still pushing this vaccine on people when it doesn't provide immunity? Yeah. It doesn't prevent you from spreading it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense if you take a vaccine, but for your vaccine to work, I have to take the vaccine.
I mean, that's what they were saying. And even though the CDC have came out and say, look, you don't have to quarantine anymore. You all that's been dropped. The mask, all that stuff. And this Democrats are still pushing it.
Yeah. In Florida, Texas, and these red areas, you're living in a free state. These other areas like California, New York,
dictators.
Michigan, man, you don't even have certain rights afforded to you by the Constitution of the United States.
But the reason why it took Joe a while, I think, in my humble opinion, is this just comes from tribal thinking.
What?
Tribal thinking. Tribal thinking.
All right, tribal thinking.
Yeah, it's like you pick a side and you stick to it, and instead of opening yourself up to other ideas from the other side, you stick to that side and you have to be right.
I know what opened Joe's mind.
What?
When they ran that fake news story about him They said Joe Rogan is taking horse dewormer.
He went to the zoo and got it.
And they took your video because you had your own little remedy for COVID. you told everybody
Joe
all
said,
the drugs you was taking.
Yeah, Joe, you did a video. I'm throwing the kitchen sink at this. I'm taking all the antibiotics. I'm taking this horse dewormer. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
They even took your video, Joe, and painted you green. They had you looking like a little green Martian.
Yeah, to make you tried to make you look like a fool for having actual scientists on your show. Democrats did that to you. Yeah. So I can understand why you will vote for Republican now. Yeah,
it makes logical common sense, which a lot of people on the left don't have nowadays.
Yeah.
A majority of people, I mean, and both sides suffer from this, but on the left, they suffer from it even more. I mean, they don't think objectively anymore. Like, for example, when Trump came out, when he first announced that he had this campaign to come out with this vaccine, the first thing I said to myself, I ain't taking that shit.
Yeah,
I voted for Trump both terms. When he said he's going to provide vaccines in 10 months or a year, when the liberals were saying there's no way in hell you're going to be able to produce a vaccine that fast, the first thing that popped in my mind as soon as Trump said that, even though I voted for him, even though I support him, I said, like, I ain't taking that shit. You ain't putting that shit in me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of vaccines made in like a couple months, and I mean, it takes months and years just to do the trials to see about the side effects.
They experimented on the world. That's how they said. Obama had a video that came out and said, hey, the vaccine is safe. We experimented on 4.5 billion people.
Yeah, then they walked out to politicians like, here, watch, I'm getting a shot. I don't know what's in that needle.
Yeah.
And I seen a nurse get the shot, and she passed out seconds later. Everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah, and you can't find her anywhere.
But she's still alive, I'm sure. I don't know, though.
And you know what? Till this day, we still do not know the long-term effects of that vaccine.
You know what? Know why we don't know?
Because they're experimenting on us.
Yeah, it takes more than 6 months. Why anybody will vote Democrat going forward, I have no idea, but...
Yeah, there was a lot of errors made.
Yeah.
By both sides. But a majority of those errors is made by the left. And then the right, they recognize the errors they are making. They said, man, this is stupid. Open up the economy. Yeah. We're running from a virus.
We understand. They kept saying, oh, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. No, it's never been that. It's always been a pandemic of the elderly the entire time.
People with comorbidities.
Yeah, people that's ill.
Yeah.
6 months in this pandemic, if the experts would have been the experts and not politicized this and came out and said, look, if you're elderly, if you got these issues like diabetes, you need to quarantine and you need to isolate yourself until we know what's going on. But they never did that. They did it for everybody.
But remember, who mandated? It was Joe Biden.
Democrats.
Yeah.
That was a damn good show. That's a damn good advice you gave, Joe. For more damn great videos, click the link right here or the link in the description box.
And don't forget to red pill the morons, the knuckle draggers, the progressives, the illogical, the irrational in the comment section below.
Yeah.